नमस्कार। ग्रेट मैन इंटरनेशनल स्कूल की ऑनलाइन क्लासेस में मैं आपका स्वागत करता हूं। कोविड-19 महामारी के इस दौर में मेरा ऐसा मानना है कि आपका परिवार पूरी तरह सुरक्षित है, स्वस्थ है और बच्चों ने लॉकडाउन में बहुत एंजॉय किया है। अब मैं आपका सपोर्ट चाहता हूं। इस ऑनलाइन क्लासेस में बच्चों की शिक्षा को हम अब स्टार्ट करते हैं और बहुत ही जल्द जो भी आपका बैकलॉग है हम उसको क्लियर भी करेंगे और एक नए तरीके से आपकी शिक्षा अब स्टार्ट होने वाली है। पेरेंट्स का हमें पूरा सपोर्ट चाहिए। आप लोग पिछले 10 सालों से लगातार हमें सपोर्ट करते आए हैं और मेरा ऐसा मानना है कि अगर हम और आप मिलकर चाहेंगे तो बच्चों की शिक्षा का कोई नुकसान नहीं होने वाला है और हमें और आपको मिलकर अब एक रीस्टार्ट करना है। नाउ लेट्स रीस्टार्ट। बेस्ट ऑफ लक। नमस्कार।
Hello children, today we are going to resume back with our studies. So welcome back. So in grade 9th, we are going to start our syllabus with geography. So we are going to start with geography chapter 1, that is India, size and location. You all know about India, yes? Yes, everybody knows about it because it is our country. So when we talk about India, it is one of the oldest civilization of the world. And during the last 5 decades, our country has developed a lot in the field of agriculture, industry. It has developed economically, socially, and in all the aspects. And it has even contributed a lot to the world history because, as we all know, Vedic mathematics and zero was given to the world by India. So when we talk about India, it's a great country. So first of all, when we will discuss about its size and location, we will be discussing about its location, its size, India and the world, and India's neighbors. First of all, we'll be discussing about its location. When we talk about location, as you all know, and you have studied about our earth. Yes, everybody has studied. Our earth is having some imaginary vertical and horizontal lines running over it. The horizontal lines running over the surface of earth are called latitudes. And the vertical lines running over the surface of earth are called longitudes. And where these latitudes and longitudes intersect each other, that point shows the location of a place. When we talk about location of India, as it's a big country, it stretches from 8 degree 4 minutes north latitude to 37 degree 6 minutes north latitude, and from 68 degree 7 minutes east longitude to 97 degree 25 minutes east longitude. So this is the stretch of India. And 0 degree latitude. You all know 0 degree latitude. It's equator, right? Equator, 0 degree latitude, that divides our earth into 2 equal parts. In the same manner, Tropic of Cancer, which is 23 degree 30 minutes latitude, that divide our India into 2 equal parts, that is northern part and southern part. And in reference to equator, India completely lies in the northern hemisphere or the northern part of earth. So this is about the location of India. And even as per the location of India, to the southeast of India and to the southwest of India, there are 2 islands. That is Andaman and Nicobar Island in the southeast and Lakshadweep Island in the southwest. So this is all about the location of India. Now we will be moving ahead with the size of our country. You all know that India is a big country comparatively to some of the other countries in the world. So when we talk about the size of our country, the area occupied by India is 3.28 million square kilometer. It's a big size, yes. And when we talk about this area, it is 2.4% of the total geographical area of the world. It means it occupies 2.4% of the whole land area of the world. So this is basically the size of India. When we talk about India, we know that the southern part of India is peninsula, right? And you all might be aware of what is peninsula. The area which is surrounded by water bodies or ocean and seas from three sides, that is called as peninsula. Southern part of India is a peninsula, and from the north it is bordered by some of the neighboring countries. So it even has land boundaries along with the coastline. So when we talk about land boundary, India has a land boundary of 15,200 kilometers, and when we talk about coastline, India has a vast coastline of 7,516.6 kilometers. So when we talk about the peninsular part of India, about from 22 degrees southern part or starting from top to 22 degrees south, the size of India started to decrease. It means it goes on tapering, and at the end it forms a conical shape, and that shape divides the Indian Ocean into two parts. In the southeast it is Bay of Bengal, and in the southwest it is Arabian Sea. It means only because of the size of India, Indian Ocean is separated into three parts. Arabian Sea in west, Indian Ocean to the south, and Bay of Bengal to the east. This is how Indian Ocean is divided into three parts because of the peninsular part of India. And when we talk about India, it is having two islands. That is Andaman and Nicobar Island, which is in Bay of Bengal, and Lakshadweep Island, which is in Arabian Sea. So this is what about the size of India and its islands. As we know that northern part of India is having land boundary. It means from all the sides it is having different countries sharing the common boundary. You might be aware of the stretch of India. You know that India stretches from Kashmir to Kanyakumari and Gujarat to Arunachal Pradesh. So when we talk about stretch of India, from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, the stretch of India is 3,214 km, and from Gujarat to Arunachal Pradesh, it stretches for 2,933 km. So as we know, in this much stretch, there are various longitudes passing through India, and as every longitude is having a different time. So the longitude of 82 degree 30 minutes that passes from Mirzapur in Uttar Pradesh is considered as the standard meridian for India. And the time on this longitude at a particular instance is considered as the standard time for the whole country. And this is basically required so that the whole country should have a common time at the same instance instead of having different times as per the longitude. That's why the time which is on standard meridian is followed by the whole country. So this is what about the size of India. Now we are going to study about India and the world. So can you guess how can we relate India with the world? It's just a part of Asia. But still, as India is a very ancient country, it is having a very strategic central location. How you can say that it's having strategic central location? It is having a central location because it is the only country which is basically connected with different sea routes along with the land routes. And it is having a strategic position because as per the business or as per the trade, since a long time, India is playing a very important role. India plays a connecting role between the countries of Southeast Asia and Southwest Asia. It develops a very easy and quick trade between both these parts of Asia. That's why it is having a strategic location. We all know that since long time India is having very good trade relations with other countries through sea routes as well as through land routes. And only because of this, or we can say, as you all know, that northern part of India is surrounded by Himalayas. It stretches from northwest, north to northeast. So when these Himalayas are surrounding our country, the passes in these Himalayas or the valleys, that provides a way for the travelers to come to our country. And when these travelers came, it brought new concepts to our country. And even when they went back, they took few things from India too. So when we discuss about this trade and travelers, this trade has also benefited India. And when these travelers came and they went back, various ideas from India, they traveled across the world through these travelers. Basically, Upanishads, Ramayana, concepts which are of Vedic maths, all these traveled, and even the Panchatantra stories which you all might love to hear. All these things traveled from India all across the world. So in this way, India supported the trade a lot, and it acted as a link between the countries of Southeast Asia to Southwest Asia. And even India itself is having very good trade relations with the countries in Europe, with other countries onto the other sides. So this is how India is connected with the whole world, which has benefited India along with the whole world, and it has developed our trade a lot. As we have discussed about the coastline of India, it's a very big coastline, and no other country is having such a large coastline in a particular ocean. That's why basically Indian Ocean is named after India. When we talk about India and the world, or how it is related with the world, you all know that India is the 7th largest country in the world, right? So it is 7th largest in terms of area and 2nd largest in terms of population. So when we talk about that it is 7th largest, so the countries from starting to the 6th position are Russia, Canada, USA, China, Brazil and Australia. And after that, India holds the 7th position in the world. And because of its relations all around the world, there are various ideas and thoughts and even commodities that traveled to India and that traveled from India, which has brought up a better trade relations between India and rest of the world. So this was all about India and how it is related with the world and how our country has developed with the support of all other countries, and how it has acted as a mediator or a link between the countries of Southeast Asia, Europe, and with Southwest Asia and Europe, with Southeast Asia and East Asia, to develop a better trade all across the world. Now we are going to start our next topic, which is India and its neighbors. You all know what is neighbor? Yes, the person who is next to you. So in the same manner, when we talk about India, neighboring countries mean the countries which are next to our country. So India shares its land boundary with 7 countries and its water boundaries or coastline with 2 countries. So when we talk about land neighbors of India, in northeast, it is having China, Nepal, Myanmar, Bangladesh. To the northwest, it is having Pakistan, Afghanistan. So these are the 7 land neighbors of India. And to the south, India shares its coastline with 2 island neighbors, that is Sri Lanka and Maldives. And Sri Lanka is just separated from India through a narrow channel which is made by Pak Strait and Gulf of Mannar. That is the only channel which divides or which separates India from Sri Lanka. And on the other hand, Maldives is located to the south of Lakshadweep Island in the Arabian Sea. So this is about India's neighbor. And when we talk about India, India is itself is having 28 states and 7 union territories. But as you all know, in the last year, we have 2 more new union territories. So now 9 union territories in our country. Because of that, India holds a very strong position, and as being a vast country, India is completely different from rest of the countries as per its culture and as per its traditions and as per its diversity. That is the main aspect that makes our country different from rest of the countries in the world. So that is all about the chapter. Now I would like you to go through the chapter once, and the link given in the description box will provide you with the assignments and the writing materials. So good day, stay safe, stay home.